Hello and welcome to Triple R Financial. Hello and welcome to Triple R Financial. Before we dive in, please do me a huge favor and find me on all your favorite social media platforms by searching for Triple R Financial. Your support means the world, and as I'll explain later, it's crucial for the growth of this channel. Let's start with a foundational question. What does it mean to be poor? It's not just about having a low income. Being truly poor means the money you earn is less than what you need for your basic necessities. There is simply no room to cut back because there is no money being wasted in the first place. When you're in this situation, you can't save, you can't invest, and the constant stress inevitably takes a toll on your physical, mental, and emotional health. Now, you might think the path from this situation to becoming rich and financially free is long and complicated, filled with countless steps. But I believe it boils down to one crucial first step: knowing your financial value as an employee. Understand this, and you unlock the door to changing your entire financial future. I want to be transparent with you all. Because this channel is still growing, I can't put direct links in the description, and I can't yet monetize my content. YouTube and other platforms have thresholds you need to meet. That's why your likes, shares, and subscriptions are so incredibly important. By hitting that like button and subscribing, you're directly helping me get closer to those goals, which will allow me to create even better, more in-depth content for you. So please, take a second to do that now. I truly appreciate it. Alright, let's get into the main topic for today. We're going to explore the logic behind a rich person buying a private jet versus just flying first class. This might sound extravagant, but it's a perfect illustration of a core financial principle. As I always say, accounting is the past, business is the present, and finance is the future. Rich people are masters of finance. And this example will show you why. Imagine you're a world-famous entertainer. You've just booked a massive 6-month, 100-show tour across 100 different cities. Your contract is structured so that you receive an advance to cover your airfare for the entire tour. Let's say the average cost of a first-class commercial flight between these cities is $2,000. 100 flights at $2,000 each. You do the math. That's a whopping $200,000 just for air travel. Now, a person with a wealth-building mindset doesn't just see a $200,000 expense. They see an opportunity. Instead of spending that money on one-time commercial flights, they think about the long term. They start looking at options to turn this expense into an asset. This is where the idea of purchasing a private jet comes in. You might think, a private jet? That's millions of dollars. And you're right. But let's follow the logic. Let's say our entertainer finds a reliable, used private jet for $1 million. Now, the key here isn't paying that $1 million in cash. The key is financing. Rich people and successful corporations use financing strategically. They don't tie up their capital if they don't have to. Our entertainer explores their financing options. They could get a 5-year loan, a 10-year loan, or even a 15-year loan. To keep the monthly payments as low as possible, they choose the longest term, 15 years. This might surprise you, but this is exactly how major airlines operate. Those giant passenger planes you see in the sky. The vast majority are not owned outright by the airlines. They are financed over very long terms, sometimes 20 years or more. Even the charter plane companies that rent out jets do the same thing. They leverage debt to acquire assets that generate income. So, for our entertainer, the monthly loan payment for the jet, plus the costs of fuel, maintenance, insurance, and a pilot, might still be a significant amount. But here's the brilliant part. That $200,000 they were advanced for airfare. That money can now be used to cover the jet as operating costs and loan payments for the entire tour and likely well beyond. They've effectively converted a travel expense into a series of predictable payments towards owning a valuable asset. If a person without the income or business need were to finance a private plane, it would be a catastrophic financial decision. It would be a liability, not an asset. But for the entertainer, it's a calculated business move. They are leveraging their current high income to acquire an asset that serves an immediate business purpose and will hold value over time. This is the core of what rich people talk about when they say purchase assets that pay you. In this case, The jet pays for itself by eliminating the $200,000 travel expense and providing unparalleled convenience, which saves time, and for a busy entertainer, time is money. Let's look even further into the future. Our entertainer has been in the business for decades. Over the 15-year loan term, they continue to tour and use the jet. Eventually, the plane is paid off. It's now a fully owned asset. When they decide to retire, what can they do? They can sell the plane, likely for a substantial amount of money, recouping a large part of their initial investment or even turning a profit. Alternatively, even if they decide to keep the plane for personal use during retirement, they still come out ahead. Think about it. The cost of jet fuel, a pilot for a few trips, and basic upkeep on a plane you own outright is often less than buying last-minute, first-class commercial tickets for you and your family. They have secured a lifetime of convenient, private travel for a fraction of what it would have cost them paying per trip. No matter how you slice it, it was a winning financial strategy. This brings me back to my main point for anyone trying to improve their financial situation. Know your financial value as an employee. What does that mean? It means understanding that your time, your skills, and your labor have a price. The entertainer in our example knew their value was high enough to justify a multi-million-dollar asset purchase. For most of us, the asset isn't a jet. It's investing in our skills. It's negotiating a higher salary. It's understanding that if you increase your value to your employer, your income should increase as well. That extra income is what you can then use to start building your own assets, whether it's a savings account, stocks, or real estate. Now, I want to address a common stereotype rich people have about the poor. They often believe that poor people simply make bad spending choices, that they make more than they need and waste the rest. I'm here to tell you that for the vast majority of people struggling, that is simply not true. As we discussed at the beginning, real poverty means income doesn't even cover necessities. So, what is the real reason people stay poor? In my experience, it comes down to two things: poor math skills and poor listening skills. And let me be clear, the math part is 90 to 99% of the problem. It's not about complex algebra, it's about the simple math of income versus expenses, of assets versus liabilities, of long-term value versus short-term cost. The example of the jet was just a big-picture math problem. The listening skills are that small 1%, but it's the part that involves being open to new financial concepts and strategies, like the ones we talk about here. Mastering this simple, practical math and being willing to listen and learn is the foundation of financial freedom. It starts with understanding your own numbers and knowing your value. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this deep dive. I hope it gave you a new perspective. Please, if you found this valuable, hit that like button, subscribe to Triple R Financial, and be sure to turn on all notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. As always, know your financial value as an employee. Increase your value every single workday. Have a great day and a great year.